Hello, in this guide I'm going to show you how to create a new React app and publish it on GitHub with GitHub Pages feature. I'm going to create a new folder for my app. I'm going to call it top app, and I'm going to open that in the Visual Studio Code. I'm going to go to the terminal and create a new React app in this folder. While it is being created, I'm going to go to the documentation for create React app, and that's how you can find the steps that you should follow to publish your create React app project on GitHub. You search for deploy, you'll find a section deployment. And on this section, you can search for GH Pages. This section shows what to do to publish your Create React App project on GitHub easily. You'll just need to do a couple of steps. I'll need to add a home page, and you will need to add a couple of scripts. In your package.json file, let's go back to our scripts and go to the package.json. Now, let's add the home page somewhere over here, and let's make sure to update the home page and the project name. That's the project name that I'm going to create on GitHub. Now, we will also need to have this project actually in our GitHub account. So I'm going to open my GitHub and create a new repository. I'm going to call it with the same name and create the project. And I am presented with two options after I create a new empty project on GitHub. I could either clone this repo and start my React app there. But since I already created the app locally, I can just connect it from the local repo to the remote one. Now, before I can connect it, I actually need to create it. I'll just create it with git init, and I will connect the repo that I just created with my local app with this command git remote add origin. And the path is already predefined with the correct parameters, my username and the app name, the repo name. Now let's go back and we'll add a couple of scripts, and because the scripts will use GH Pages, we'll need to install it. Well, you can install it with npm, or you can also install it with yarn if you have it installed. And let's add these two scripts. So I'm gonna go here and make sure I have them added, and let's get rid of this last comma here. Save that, commit the project, and since we didn't make any commits yet, our repo is still untracked. We'll add everything to their stage in the kit and make our first commit. Now that we have everything set up, we have our local repo, we have it connected to the project on GitHub that we created. We installed GH Pages script and we added these two scripts. We can just call npm run deploy, or if you're using yarn, you can just call yarn deploy, which will call this deploy script. But before it calls it, it will actually call pre-deploy, which is a script that is automatically run when you call deploy. So our app is built, the build folder is created. This is the folder that will contain the compiled React app, and the content of this build folder is going to be copied to the GH Pages branch in our Git and published with this GH Pages script. So now let's go back to our repo on the GitHub, and I'll just refresh this page to see the content that was pushed by the script. Now we can see that we have one commit in this GH Pages branch. It is not the master branch, it is the GH Pages branch. And we should also be able to go to the page. We have to add this homepage script. We have to make sure we have this top page script. It was actually removed when we were installing the GH Pages. Let's run the deploy script. And this is the path where we will see the app published. Sometimes you may have to give it a while to give GitHub time to publish the pages, and it's going to be there. Now go back to your project, make any changes. You could remove the React logo and update it with your app And at this point, you can just call yarn deploy, which will build the project and push the latest version to the GH Pages branch. And after it says published, you may have to give it a little time to let GitHub update the page, and you will see the update eventually in several seconds. Sometimes it may take a little longer, sometimes it's faster, and you can just go back to your app, make changes, and call deploy, and you will see your app on your GitHub account. So to make it clear, GH Pages script pushes the contents of the build to the GH Pages branch. So far, I didn't push my master branch, and I can maintain it separately.